Hello students, I wanted to do a quick week at a glance for you for what to focus on. So when you click into language arts, actually we'll start with art. Note that tomorrow, everything for this week one will now be closed on tomorrow. So Saturday the 12th, everything from here will zero out and that will be we're just going to move on. That'll be completed. This week, you will still be working on the content in week 2, and you'll have that 1 week grace period until the 19th. So you're still going to have 1 week to kind of continue to have some wiggle room with week 2 and week 3, but week 1 we'll go ahead and just shelf it and move on. If you weren't able to get to everything, I would say let's just keep cranking for now. Remember that your percentage grade isn't always a reflection of how you're doing on the standards. So if you're meeting the standards later on in the semester, your grade will come up and you also won't necessarily do poorly on your report card. So yes, I want you completing the assignments. I don't want you getting behind, but for now, as we're learning and adjusting, we're just going to go ahead and crank on forward. You're going to be working on week 2 and week 3 through next Saturday, and hopefully by then you'll be all the way caught up and you won't need that little week-long grace period. So for next week, you're going to be focusing on getting these assignments completed in the week 3 folder. So those will be due September 19th. So you're going to focus on this. Remember, you click into here to do the content. The content goes through however many pages there are for that particular lesson. So this one has 19. And so you crank on through, and then in these later pages, it's going to tell you how to complete the assignment. And then you go into the assignment page and you submit here. So you either type directly into here or you add an attachment, you make a video, but this isn't where you get the training. The training is in the pages before that explains, and often there's a rubric, what you need to do. And then here there's content to review, and then there is your final quiz. And so that when you click into these ones with a check mark, it's a quiz. Okay, so that's a quick overview for art. When we go into language arts, you're going to see that for week 3, there is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday worth of work, right? And you're going to click on the content, quiz, content assignment, content quiz, content quiz. And those are the things you need to complete for the week. Remember that you need to write and complete sentences for assignments and make sure you review the rubric of what you need to submit. So have all parts of the rubric on there, okay? When we go into math, for week 3, you're going to focus on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, okay? Now remember again in math that it may be with practice pages, and this could be the case in language arts as well. As you click on into some pages in here, you might decide to do all the odds or all the evens, and once you know you understand it, then you might move forward. Remember, you don't have to do every single part of every single practice page if it's not something you're submitting. If you're reviewing for a quiz, go ahead and go in and do as much of the practice page as you need to make sure you understand, and then you can keep cranking right along. All right, for, I believe it's PE next, same thing, you're going to click into week 3. Now, some of you may not have art and PE depending on what school you're at, so don't worry about those if you're not enrolled in those. But same thing, you're going to go into week 3. At this point, you're going to let week 2 go. If you might want to review the content in case there's a test or anything, but you're going to let that go if it's not something that you were able to get to. You'll still have a week to finish these things in week 2, and you'll see there's one thing here in week 3. When we go to science, we're going to have a breakdown for the week. We will have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now with this one, the assignment is optional. You need to go in and review the material because you're going to have a test here. There is a review page here that covers like some questions that you might have or some things that you reviewed. That does not have to be submitted. You can just review these 2 pages so that you're ready for the quiz. If you want to email me what you submit for the review material, that's great, but this is an optional submission. The reviewing of the content is not optional. You want to go through all that before you take the test. And then last one is social studies. We'll go into week 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Content assignment, content assignment. Again, when you go into the assignments, please, this is where you're getting the place to submit. Please review all of the curriculum pages first. And like I said before, I'm reiterating, with practice pages, do enough of them to show that you can do it and you've got it. And then if there's something to submit, usually it's going to be on this 6 or 7. And it'll explain to you what you need to print off, which you can also do in a journal if you need to. And then it'll have the rubric here of how to do it, how to include everything to do well on it, okay? And how to do it to the full requirements of the assignment. Okay, so there's the week at a glance. Please feel free to reach out if you have any questions.